This is the final video on the Craftsman I've been working on. This is, I think, the 5th video. I called this one the Frankenstein carburetor mower. It's all been put back together and cleaned up. I did install a kill cable for one of my spares. A lot of times my spares aren't the right size, but you can modify them so that they'll work. In other words, this cable here was too short to reach the handle, and so it only came to about right there. All right. So what you can do is just splice it and put an old piece of cable, as long as you got that L hook on there. Just save the end of it, and then you take a 3/8, what I use because I work on so many mowers. You use a 3/8 screw head. That's real common on all these mowers. Maybe I've got one laying around here. But anyway, I've got plenty of them, as you can see. And then you get a nut that fits that, and it'll be a 7/16 nut. And then you get either a washer or a lock washer and run that cable through there. And I'll show you the cable I'm talking about. Whenever you work on these mowers, save the ends of these cables so you can splice them and use them. Like here's one, that's one style, okay? And here is, let me get one out. Here we go. See here? Here's one. Now see, I can use the end of this to splice up here and attach it, cut off about, how much ever you need from this piece of cable, whether it's 6 inches or 8 inches or a foot, whatever you're short. And then you take the two ends and run them both through that washer, either a lock washer or a regular washer. Then you get your 7/16 nut and your 3/8 screw, and you tighten them up. And I like to cover it with some electrical tape so I don't have any wire ends hanging out. And sometimes these things want to slip out, and so in this case I just wound some copper wire around there, and that is not going to slip out. I mean, you can always just reinsert it, but just to make it easy on the operator, I have a flexible copper wire on there. So this works great. As you can see, there's the spring up there, and it's working good. I've replaced the carburetor. Let me set my little cable in down with my collection of them. I've replaced the carburetor, which was, as you know in the earlier episodes, was incorrect. That's it right here. See, this is a self-priming carburetor. And, I think, no, that's not it. Let's see. Where did my self, oh, you know what? I actually saved this carburetor because I think it's going to be a good one. Oh, I've already put it away. Never mind. I've already put away the self-priming carburetor in a box, and I actually borrowed the parts off of this. This is a brand new carburetor, but it's defective. So I've got a brand new one on there that's not defective, and we're gonna pull the cord on this thing and see if it starts. I've attached a homemade discharge chute made from a Folgers can, Folgers coffee. And see it, the way they curve, that curve is what protects the user. It comes down this way and protects the grass cuttings and stuff from flying up on you. And what this is, to hold this all in place, this homemade the homemade discharge chute and this mulch cover plate has some of these metal stakes on here, which you can buy off the internet. Here's a 5-pack. It's a metal hook, so it runs up under here, clips, to the discharge chute and to this plate. And see, this this is good and solid now, all right? So that's how I do that. And all this is designed to keep the cost of repair down for me and for the eventual owner of this, so they don't have to, you know, pay for a bunch of stuff when they're just buying an old mower that they want to use and not pay a bunch of money for. So let's get this thing down on the ground, and we're going to see if it's going to run after I've got the Frankenstein Ziploc ties and wires and stuff that he had hooked on there. And we're going to see if it's going to run. So let me move this out this way. And let's see, I'll turn the muffler around so it won't be so loud. And I've cleaned and lubricated these wheels, so this thing will sort of take off rolling on you now if you're not careful. But it's a real nice mower. So let me set this down, and what you'll see is I'm going to walk out there and prime it a couple of times, because that's the kind of carburetor it requires. And we're going to see if it starts. So let me set the phone down. And there's the moment of truth. This is episode number 5. New carburetor installed on this Craftsman, 6 horsepower. So there you go. Somebody's gonna like that mower because it's got basically has a new blade on it. Brand new carburetor, good spark plug, good air filter. It's ready to roll. When I've got the time, I want to also throw a bonus in on this repair video. And what I want to do is show you on these modern plastic carburetors like this one, how to clean them and what not to do. Let me get in here and find one. Yep, here's one. Let me unwrap it. Let me set the phone down. Hang on a second. All right, so I'm going to unwrap this thing and show you what not to do with these. This one is a self-priming Briggs Stratton carburetor. Let me get it out of the sun here so you can see a little better. Okay. Now, obviously, to clean this carburetor, you're going to have to get in there, because a lot of these things have old gas in them that's all, you know, crudded up in there. So you remove these 2 screws here, and what I do is slip an old butter knife in here, like this right here. I keep several of these around. They're dull and they're not going to cut me. And you slip that in there, see, and push in, and as it gets thicker and thicker, especially on this side, see, it gets thicker and thicker, it's going to separate that bowl from the main body. You do that on both sides, and that's how I get these off, because these are often, you know, hard to get off. In fact, that looks a little loose. So I'm going to put a screwdriver on there, a nut driver. And this is a 9/32 socket. I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit more. See that? So now that's snug. Let's try this one now. And that's snug. Okay. So back to the discussion. So what you want to do on these, there's no point really in squirting any fluid carb cleaner in that hole, because that's for a priming type mower, and it's just going to come out here. But you do need to squirt your fluid in here in that hole, and then there's another one back there on that side, way in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in there. So there's one hole and two holes, but you don't want to do any of that with the carb cleaner until you remove this and this. You get the bowl off, and you take the float out, and you take the needle out and set it aside. Because if you start spraying carb cleaner in here with all this together and just hope for the best and think, well, maybe I'll clean it out and everything will be fine, you're exposing too much rubber to the carb cleaner, and that stuff will stretch out. And you won't be able to get this bowl back on because the bowl gasket has stretched out, and you'll have to go get you another one or find one or buy one, because it just won't go on, because you've ruined the rubber, okay? Because you put your carb cleaner on there prematurely. So get this off of there. Same thing with the needle. You've got to get it out and set it aside. So once you've stripped it down, then you can use your carb cleaner. If you use your carb cleaner prematurely, before you got all this apart, you can mess these up so bad that they leak, and they're never going to be right. They're just going to leak unless you start replacing parts on them. Then you kind of defeated the purpose of trying to save this thing in the first place, because you're buying parts. You might as well go buy a new carburetor. So make sure before you get out the carb cleaner, you completely disassemble this thing, and then use your carb cleaner. Let it dry before you start putting it back together. And by dry, I mean set it aside for 20, 30 minutes, and you'll be good. So that's my tip for the day on these plastic carburetors. And how do I know that? Because I made that mistake early on. I've repaired, hundreds and hundreds of these mowers with these kind of carburetors. But back in the day, I would spray carburetor cleaner in these things, and they never would be right. I couldn't assemble them because the gaskets were stretched. The bowl gasket was stretched. So I learned the hard way. So now you don't have to learn the hard way. You can learn from me. So that's how you handle these things. And just thought I'd pass that on to you. But this mower is now running great. And so I'm happy to share all that with you. Stay tuned, and we're gonna fix all these mowers together. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.